Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm a community hero from Thailand. So today I would like to talk about like building AIs with like Amazon Recognitions and Amazon Lex. So let me introduce the user group in Thailand. So we run about like 3 years, and we do like activities. Here is awesome days. We do some games for our users. That is like a dice that has our logos in the dice. And when the users come play, they have to have to this logo on top, so they get a free gift, right? So we do activities with Amazon team and also in our meetups. Okay, so currently we have like 3,000, maybe 3,800 members in Facebook groups, and we keep growing. Okay, so topics today, I would like to talk about a short introduction about the AI services. I think everyone know about Amazon AI services. So and also in Thailand, I think many use case the user group try to create many use case. So I will show you some use case, the fun use case one that you can maybe try at your home. Right, it's a very simple use case that you can build. Okay, and so let me introduction the AI framework of the AWS. That there has 3 layers. The first one is AI services that is like maybe like in the high levels, that is like recognitions, police, and Lex that I will talk later. And also the AI platform that has like Amazon machine learnings, EMR is the elastic map reduce, and also the Spark and Spark ML is the layers of the Amazon AI platforms. And also they provide like engines. So if someone want to create like your own algorithms of the AI, you can like using the MaxNet or maybe the TensorFlow or something like that. So for getting started about the AI, I think the AI services is very easy to start with, right? It's Amazon Recognitions, Polly, and Lex. So let's talk about the first one. The Amazon AWS Recognitions is a deep learning based image recognition services that you can like do some things on the photo, on the pictures. That is, for example, the object scene detections. You can detect like the screen and the objects, the facial analysis, face comparisons, and like the facial recognitions. The first one is I think this feature is useful for like maybe some like properties developers, or maybe like to see the lifestyle of the users in your application. So the AWS will return, for example, the objects in your pictures, the swimming pools, the waters, garden, plants, and also the villas and trees, for example, in this photo, right? And the next feature is a facial analysis that when you feed the photo, the AWS will return like a JSON files and of the features, for example, male, females, and the emotional, happy, smilings, and also I think the last one is the age range. It's also provided, so you can like see the demographics of your users using like facial analysis. So here's another features that is a face comparisons that is going to return like a similarities between like your the two images, right? For example, in this one, you have like a database of the employees that has that photo, and when they're going to pass the security checks, it's just like compare the photo to the databases, right? So it's if the similarity is more than like a specific threshold, you're going to pass let him pass the security checks. And the last one, I think this is a very useful one. that is a facial recognition, that you have a database of the face images, and when you input like a new images, a new image is just try to match which is the most similar image in your databases, right? So it's I will build some applications on top of these features later. And the next thing is services is a Polly. I think the Polly is the Polly and the Lex is Amazon developed from like Alexa before, right? And it's going to provide a service to ours, right? So we can use the Polly to build like a speech to text. Oh no, sorry, the text to speech functions is a fully managed and also provide like many voices and provide like many languages accepted Thai language, and also is at low latencies and real times. So actually, I think the Polly is mainly currently is in EU, right, and also in Americas. And for APAC, I think it's a very little the languages supported, right? Okay. And the last one of the AI is Alex. It's like it's the same technology as the Alexa, right? So it's going to try to understand your speech, and it's going to convert to the text. And on top of that, you can like create like intent, also like conversations that what information you want to use to trigger your API call. For example, you want to like a booking, so you need like the destinations, the dates, and also the number of the people to book the rooms, right? So you can the Lex is can like keep the sessions open, and they're going to tell like the missing information to book the room before it's going to trigger the API call, right? So it can use in like a chat service also. So it integrate to the Facebook, and in Thailand, I think it's going to integrate to the Line, right? It's a Line apps, Line chat. Okay. So it can has many more like applications to from the information bots, application bots, enterprise, and also IoT, right? So today I'm going to mix something about like AI to build a use case. So the use case one that I have tried to do that is normally the echo is pressed in your house, right? But it's normally pressed in like a common place. For example, the kitchen, or maybe a living room, or maybe in the future is maybe in like the common rooms in the hotels, or maybe like in the condominium, right? So it's the echo is don't know actually is don't know who is talked to, right? Because it's treat like the persons talk to them equally. It's so this is don't know. So for example, so this is a general Alexa skill that if you ask the Alexa to play like a music, so it's going to have like a same result, right, for every person to ask to play the music. So for example, this one is just the song is What Does the Fox Say? So if you want to like the scenario for the example, that if Bob want to Bob asks the Alexa to play the his favorite music, for example, so it can interact with the Bob with the Bob name, and also send the play the music that is his favorite. For example, if you can't feel my face. So and if Alice asks the Alexa right? So it can respond to Alice with like hello Alice, and your favorite song is what does the fox say, right? So to do that, I add like a new camera, one more cameras to to see who is talk to the echo, right? So the device is echo and camera. So I use like a Raspberry Pi with like a camera inside, right? So the flow is that the Alice when Alice come to the Raspberry Pi, it has like a motion sensors. So it's going to capture the Alice face, right? So it's going to upload it to like a S3, and then the S3 is a trigger to the lambdas, and also the lambda trigger to the AWS recognitions. So in the recognition, actually there has like a face of Alice, right? So it can identify who says to it. So it's going to save the name of the person that is talked to S3. So it's another file. For example, the name.json, right? So in the name of JSON, there has like a list inside, right? So when Alice asks the echo, right? So the echo trigger like Alexa skill, and Alexa skill trigger the lambda. So this lambda will going to retrieve the names in the JSON file, right? And it's going to she's Alice. So it's going to see like see the name in Alice.json, that what is her favorite songs, right? So it's going to respond to the Alice, right? So it's the same thing to the family members in your house. Okay. So this is the first use case. So it's in conclude for this one, you can like personalize like the skills to each person in the house using like a new cameras, one more cameras. So the next one is the use case 2. That is it's like automations, authorizations, doorbell for the guests that you invited, right? So for example, is Bob is Alice's friends, and Bob want to Alice allow Bob to go inside her house today. So in the door, I has like a AWS IoT, right? A button. It's like the button that press in front of the door, and I use the same like Raspberry Pi, and also like attach the microphone and the speakers, right? So Bob going to press right in front of the doors of Alice home, and then so the scenario is that the speaker talk to Bob. Hello Bob, I have sent you an OTP to your mobile phone. What is your OTP? Right. So Bob will get like a SMS, right, from the system that the OTP is the 0412, right? So Bob talk to the phone, talk to the Raspberry Pi that it's a 0412, so it's unlocked, right? So it's a very simple doorbell that is using like using all the AWS AI services, that is like Rekognition, Polly, and Lex, right, together, right? So how to do that is a Raspberry Pi that has like a microphone and speakers plus AWS IoT buttons, right? So what is the flow of the event? That is a Bob trigger, press the button. One slide is the first one is that is using like a motion sensors again from the Raspberry Pi that Bob has in front of the door, so it capture the data, they capture the photo of the Bob, and then press it into the S3 bucket. So when Bob come and press the button, right, it's trigger the lambdas, right, and lambda going to retrieve the latest images from the S3 bucket, and then it's going to recognize who he is, right. So Iris pressed the Bob in the whitelist for today. So it's going to send the command to speak to Bob. So it's going to send to the speakers in the Raspberry Pi, right, and talk to Bob. Right, hello Bob, I have sent you an OTP to your mobile. What is your received OTP? So then again, this lambda send like a SMS using like a SNS notification services to the Bob mobile phone. So Bob is going to receive the OTP. So Bob will talk to the Raspberry Pi again. That okay, talk to using the OTP. So it's going to trigger the lambdas and also check the OTP, recognize the text and then check the OTPs for inside the S3. Oh, I script the step. Actually, the OTP we're going to write into the S3 bucket when it's generated to send the SNS. Right. So this one he's going to check the OTP inside the S3. If it's equal, so it's unlock the door and let Bob pass the door, right? And also can trigger to send another SMS to tell Alice that okay, Bob alive, right? So that event. Okay, so it's two use case that I share that in Thailand communities right now is AI is very active to create like many use case, right? So there is some technical notes because there has some characteristics of the S3 that you have to aware of. That is the S3 has like a eventually consistency. That is it's going to, if it's a new object, it can read after write, right? But if it's write into the existing object is the eventually, right? That means, for example, if it's a new object, when you write the file alice.json, so you can always get the file JSON after the alice.json. The response from the alice.json right is a return. But for the existing objects, for example, if you write alice.json in version 2 again to the same file, same key, right? So you may return like an old file, right? That maybe it may return like a JSON, alice.json version 1 to your lambda, right? So you have to aware of this one, okay? So maybe you can using like the many trick. For example, you can write another JSON file using like incremental numbers after like a JSON after the name of the files, right? And maybe you use like a S3 lifecycle to delete the file after like 1 day, for example, right? To save your cost. And also. AWS Rekognition is not yet available in Asia, right? So I think to optimize like latency, I think this is like we work with. That is, for example, the image upload to the S3 bucket, and the S3 bucket using like a cross replicate replications to the S3 bucket in like North Virginia. And then in the S3 bucket in Norwegian trigger the lambdas, and this lambda trigger to the S3 Amazon recognitions, because there is like some constraint, right, in using the service. For example, the AWS lambdas, the image that used to recognize, it has to be in the region. The bucket has to be in the same region in the AWS recognitions. Right, and the lambda that used to be triggered from the upload the object from the S3 bucket has to be in the same region also. So S3 bucket, AWS lambda, and also AWS Rekognition has to be in the same region to use this scenario. So to optimize like a latency between like your cameras and also the AWS services, I think using like a cost replication is cost region application is most efficient, right? Okay. So in conclusion, today I share a use case that you can imagine more about like a use case in the futures, and I think the AWS provide like many innovations building blocks that you can interacting with like humans, and also devices has like a Raspberry Pi, and also AWS IoT button can extend the abilities of the AI, right? In for example, the Echo and Alexa. So in Amazon AI can integrate like maybe like a specialized AI model that is in the like a business logics to get the better experience to each domain. For example, in the retail, banking, or maybe like property developers, right? For example. Okay. Okay. Thank you.